Hello guys, it's me, Yoshi-Media. Welcome back to another video. And today, we've got some exciting news to tell you because the schedule for KVCWP TV 2 has been finished. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is what the logo looks like. You might already know it, as I made an ident video about it. But now I'm here to show you the schedule and what that's about. So yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, this is what it looks like so far. So majority of the stuff that's aired on here are mostly game shows, but I can gladly change that if I come up with other ideas. There will be updates about it, in future times. But yeah, it isn't just game shows that are on here. There are obviously other stuff on here as well, but now none of the shows on here are KVCWP exclusive. They're mostly shows that are made by other companies as well. Now some of the shows from here were from the older schedules of the original KVCWP channel. So, for example, It's Not What You Know and The Colour of Money were aired around those two times when KVCWP was around. But and then they'll go to the KVCWP exclusive show. So you got Beat the Chasers. Now the Chase does get aired a lot on Change. I'm aware of that. But Beat the Chasers, no one really talks about it, and no one really no channel airs it apart from ITV. So I thought maybe you should make it more noticeable than just having the Chase. Yeah, so Beat the Chasers is what I thought I'd put on here as well. But there's some really early morning, so that's not really gonna be a thing most people would stay up to watch. They'll probably record it. Yeah, It's Not What You Know, and The Colour of Money, of course, has been aired. Auntie Small. So yeah, that 10-minute filler there was basically Ask Charlie, but yeah, it's been replaced with Auntie Small. So that's for the KVCW2 channel, of course. All these are. But on the original KVCW channel at that time, it'll be Ask Charlie. Then we've got Deal or No Deal to fill up the rest of there. And then we've got a double bill of the Ren Stimpy show. So yeah, I thought I'd air this as well. I know Comedy Central airs it, but they only air it at a certain time, and most of the time they'd air other shows over it. So yeah, having it this time is good for me. 1 versus 100, 100k drop. I know the £1 million drop is better, but I'm obviously airing that as well. But I've got the 100k drop in here as well since it hasn't been talked about that much. Winning lines. I can also add the National Lottery version as well. Take It or Leave It. There's only 2 episodes of it, but I can still air that. BBC Outtake TV. I'm pretty sure I can get that in if it's not copyrighted. Classic You've Been Friend. Right, so basically the classic episodes of You've Been Friends. So you know how in the intro it basically just shows videotapes and DVDs. Those are the sort of You've Been Friend episodes I'm airing. I'll not be airing the ones with the flying cars or the modern You've Been Friend. It'll be these classic ones that I remember in my childhood. So it'll be those ones. And we've got Hell's Kitchen. Of course I'm going to air Hell's Kitchen. It's one of my favourite shows of all time. And if I was to air on a channel, I may have to censor some swearing because this channel that these content got put on with Yoshi-Media. I mean, there are censored versions of it, so I can obviously air those. Wipeout with... No, sorry, not Wipeout. The Krypton Factor, of course I'm airing that. I can air any version of it, either where it's classic or the modern. £1 Million Job, of course I'm airing that. Wipeout with Paul Daniel, I'm airing that. I'm not going to air the other Wipeout episodes. Strike It Rich, I'm airing that. One of my favourite game shows. Honestly, Michael Barrymore was so funny. The Proper Fraction Files. Now, this show here is basically a certain... So it's like the Random Show, but it's made by people like Steve Niles, Patrick Scott, L2 Holdings, and I think there's a few others in there. Oh, they do that comments everywhere, yeah. I mean, I may think about removing it, but I'll keep it in. If I do lose interest, I might replace it with something else. But, that's there. There's a double bill of it, even though there's only 1 episode of it. The Crystal Maze, Marinette. Classic Countdown. So countdown episodes that are around from 2000 to 2010. So those sort of countdown episodes is what I'm talking about. They'll be classified as classic. Who Dares Wins. Again, I can air a national version of that if you want me to. The Jeremy Kyle Show. I can air that as long as I don't get blocked worldwide for airing it. Because you know what ITV is like, even though they don't even air it anymore. The National Lottery Jet Set. I can air that. Friends Like These. So I can air any version of it, whether it's the older version or the newer version. I can air any of that. The Weakest Link, of course I'm airing that. I'll mainly aim for the animals and episodes. On Saturday we've got Dirty Money. There isn't many episodes of that, but for those who don't know what it is, it was a Sky game show that changed it a couple of times. Not the most... It is easily the most forgettable game show out there, but it's still one of my favourites. Along with Cash Trap, hosted by Bradley Welsh. That got aired on ITV at one point. But then that replaced The Chase at the time, but I can air it on this channel because I actually think it's a good game show. I actually prefer it over The Chase, to be honest. Some people might not, but I personally do. Bottom with Rick Mel and Eddie something, I forget his name. But yeah, that show was really funny. Along with Men Behaving Badly, which has the same theme as the Naughty Rich Didn't Expect season 5 intro. Yeah, of course, the Men Behaving Badly is one of my favourite comedy shows of all time, along with Bottom. Classic Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so yeah, the older mini episodes hosted by Chris Tarrant, not the any episodes hosted by what's his name again? Oh yeah, Clarkson, something like that. Yeah, I mean those episodes were alright, but I prefer the Chris Tarrant episodes. So I can hit any episode of Chris Tarrant. That's mainly what Classic Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is. Again, the Crystal Maze, In It to Win It, hosted by Dale Winton. Rest in peace, we all miss him, and so I really miss him as one of that game show hosts. Strike It Lucky, the older version of Strike It Rich, which is hosted by Grandma, one of my favourite shows, of course. Again, Weakest Link, Cash Trap, Double Bill of Hell's Kitchen, Double Bill of Ninja Warrior, basically the Japanese version of Ninja Warrior. That's what I'm airing. It's also funny. But of course, it'll have the UK narration in it, but basically, it'll have the Japanese courses and all that. Unbeatable Banzuki, again, it will have the British narration, but of course, it'll be a Japanese show. 1 vs 100, Fun House, one of my favourite game shows of all time. Maybe because it's messy and all that. I love messy game shows like this. TV Scrabble from the Challenge version, yeah, I'm airing that, of course. Going for Gold, the Double Bill of that, I'm airing that as well. That was a classic, that game show. It's a shame Challenge doesn't air it anymore because it was such a good game show. They could do more for that than just having the frickin' chase. Yeah, The Colour of Money, of course, I'm airing that. Harry Hill's TV Burp, I can air any episodes of that. Mainly the ITV ones, of course. Well, they're all ITV anyway. Fort Boyard, basically seasons 1 to 5. I'll not be airing the Ultimate Challenge version of Fort Boyard, but I will. I basically air the first 4 seasons from Channel 5, and of course the Challenge exclusive Fort Boyard. Are You Smarter Than 10-Year-Olds? The Sky One version. Of course, I'm airing that. I'm not airing the US version, which is Are You Smarter Than 5th Grader? No, I'm doing that. Super Nanny, of course I've got to air Super Nanny. I mean, I know some people don't really like Super Nanny, but honestly, I actually think it's really funny. Maybe because of one episode where it had Marianne in it. She called a fat female dog, I'm not going to say the actual word, but yeah, that's what I call Bowser sometimes. And, yep, more Crystal Maze and Sundays, the Sunday schedule. Take It or Leave It, Unbeatable Banzuki, Double Bill. Classic Rude Tube, so basically the classic episodes of Rude Tube, not the newer ones that for Music Air, basically the older ones with that older intro. I don't know how else I can describe it, but yeah, it's basically them sort of Rude Tube episodes. You'll see them make a continue about it. You Bet, a game show that hasn't changed a couple of times, but it's exclusively to ITV, I think. Yeah, I can hear that. Auntie Smalls, which is basically a filler content, which didn't go on longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, it's just basically outtake scenes from the BBC, which would make sense since I'm airing, airing outtake TV, which is also from BBC. But Auntie Smalls is basically a shortened version of it. It's just to take up the little spaces. Krypton Factor, Double Bill. Yeah, you guys can probably tell the schedule is a bit lazily made, but I can gladly fix it another time maybe. Harry Hill's TV Burp, Double Bill, Beat the Chasers again. Total Wipeout, basically the UK version with I forget his name. Yeah, basically I meant the UK version of Total Wipeout. I can add the USA version at one point if you want me to, but at the moment I haven't really thought of it yet. Again, Hell's Kitchen, a Quad Bill Strike It Lucky. Have to air that at one point. That's what Sunday's about. They obviously had bills like that. Jeremy Kyle Show, Cash Trap, Double Bill of Auntie Smalls, BBC Outtake TV. More Classic You and Friends, Double Bill of that. A little bit of Ren Stimpy Show. Even Badly. Mr. Bean, the live action version. I'm not airing the animated version because I find it a bit overrated. So I'm airing the live action version because I prefer that a lot more. Double Bill of Auntie Smalls, more Ninja Warrior, and more Strike It Rich. So yeah, that's pretty much the schedule for KVCWP 2. So yeah, I mean, if you have any ways I can improve it, let me know. But obviously, I don't take requests, so any shows you do want me to air, I might not air. But yeah, so this is how the schedules work so far. So if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to make any promos for how these are aired, you can let me know on DMs or you can contact me on Twitter. And if you haven't got them sites, I guess I'll give you a pass to do it on YouTube as well. But as long as you follow these standards, like to understand what these schedules are, you have to pause to read it, because yeah, it's a long fucking list here. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, it's a long list. Oh, it would be easier for me if you actually contacted me on Discord or Twitter if you actually want to take part in KVCWP2. And yeah, you make promos, make voices and all that. I haven't made my first content yet, but I will find the time where I can work on it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for this video. Thank you all for watching. Any thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I upload videos every single day. And yeah, goodbye. Peace out and think of yourselves. And good luck on this if you take part.